Disciplined Stoners.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit.
And welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm Ellevan.
My name is Winnie.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today, we have a very special, most likely bizarre episode. Because you get to understand at least a fraction of why I'm so weird. Put your hands together for my pops, Mr. Joe Fifield.
Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
Pleasure
for coming on.
Well, you guys have been trying for a while, I know, so glad. Like, I had to move to Toronto to get on here, but it's working.
Now we're here. We just wanted to talk about something right off the top, okay? Because there's so much stuff to dive into, but we want to just get weed geeky on you for a minute.
Yeah.
And me and Winnie are so excited right now because everyone has their perfect, I'm going to call it like prescription of cannabis right now.
Yeah, okay. So I walked over to the weed bar just deciding what we were going to smoke for the episode, and I was like, our pre-roll section is lit right now on the weed bar. Like, it's just so nice to have just a selection of different strains that you can literally just open up the package and start smoking it. Like, what a treat.
If we want to see cannabis be respected, then we have to respect it with the same level of connoisseurism and, you know, beautiful delegation as has been given to spirits and stuff. So we're finally there with cannabis. And what do we got, Win?
Okay, so for myself, I chose the Montreal Sage and Sour. Actually, Ellevan and I did a live just before this on Disciplined Stoners, and we smoked Black Market's Pineapple Pea, and it got me a little indica high. I think for Ellevan, he's chilling.
Yeah,
but
I'm fine.
for me, it was just like I want to get back up for the podcast, so I am smoking Montreal Sage and Sour, which is like a pretty true sativa. It's at 22% right now, which is nice for me. I don't need any of those high THCs. This is bullshit. Those high THCs sometimes, sorry. And we got 2% terps. And so why this is good for me is because it will aid in my speaking ability.
And it tightens up the cognitive focus.
Exactly, yeah. And it makes me happy. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we really fuck with y'all. We really like MTL cannabis. So that's Winnie. She got a nice banging sativa. And I got the complete other end of it because I'm always at 111. So I need to bring it down to 100. So we have the Collab Project Indica live terpene sticks, the 323 series. And this is the Black Cherry Punch. And for me, a little half gram infused. I call it my medicine, you know? It just gets me right there. And what does Poppers have?
Okay, we gave BC organic white runs to
BC?
Papa Bear today. Yeah.
And he just came from
by
BC.
Simply Bear. They're
Very familiar.
a certified organic grower. This is a hybrid, which
nice.
the two of us felt like, just based on the weed that you've sent us.
I smoke a lot of indicas, so that's good. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So get your joints, light it up with us. We all just lit up. We're sharing one lighter, a couple of stoners with some of the greatest pre-rolls money can get.
Yeah. So
Gorgeous.
fun.
Cheers. Happy 420.
Cheers.
It's
Happy
very
420.
Kush-like flavor. Delicious. Thank you.
I like
Runts
it.
is nice. I think there's even more fruity notes on it than that. Black Cherry Punch, so delicious.
Okay,
Oh,
so
man. So we landed. You're here.
Here I am.
Yeah.
This guy was out west for years.
30
Yeah.
years.
30. But you come from the east,
From Newfoundland.
the far east.
From way back. Most easterly point in Canada, actually.
What? That's right, St. John's. Why do Newfies love each other so much when they see each other anywhere else in the world?
I think it's just a kindred spirit that we have. It's just a natural hospitality that we...
It's like the Southerners.
I think-
It's not just each other, it's everybody. Like, we
Yeah.
have this welcoming. Like, in Newfoundland, there's lots of places you don't have to worry about crime. You don't lock your door. And the communities are mostly small. St. John's has changed a lot. It's the capital city. But, again, people are just... when the 9/11 plane landed in a place called Gander, it was 10,000 people on the plane. There was only 7,000 people in the community. So
Whoa.
they came out, they took everybody to their homes, they fed them, they looked after them for the whole time they were there. So these relationships were developed, and still to this day they travel back and forth to the U.S.
But there's a
to
toughness.
visit.
There's tough areas and there's tough folks too, though, right?
Yeah, well, it's basically a fishing. People immigrated from Ireland mostly, and just under duress, not because they had to, but there was a lot of food issues. There were shortages of food. So why they stopped in Newfoundland and didn't keep going?
You guys have this thick skin. What were you gonna say?
So yeah, life has been tough for those people living off the land.
I think
fishing.
that's where the
So there's this, and there's some families have 8, 10, 12 kids.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that?
that's
And you're totally vulnerable to the land, to the fishery, so they were the first pioneers, and you had to be tough, right? So
you had to be
just
tough,
right.
but that's also, I think, where they root themselves in community. Like, there's no solo winning over
They
there.
rely
There's
on each other for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just for basic, maybe boring food, or if they're building something.
Yeah.
Kind of everybody. So it's been a total community way of living.
Yeah, and I think white
that's so
people in
nice.
general are the least communal.
That's true.
Honestly, like
because there's
now.
not a lot of culture to hold us together, but there's a vibe. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's like the South of America. Like, the Southerners. They're very
Right. That's right.
hospitality.
Yeah.
You guys are like the East. It kind of like worked
Right.
out like that.
And it's
Yeah.
not just us; it's the whole East Coast.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely.
New Brunswick,
Yeah.
Nova Scotia,
Nova Scotia, they're
PEI.
nice too.
People are very similar, but it's just life is easier. There's not as much to deal with. It's very basic, day to day. A lot of more.
Is rebelliousness in that nature, or is that just you?
No, probably just me. It is like they're hardy people. We like to drink. We like the climate. The climate is cold, so people drink a lot. So there's always stuff
Yeah.
that comes with that. But it's a very innocent. If anything happens, it happens. It's over. You're still friends.
Very
It's-
forgiving and
Yeah.
joyful.
So it's
Which
just,
is
it's
pretty Canadian, also.
Very, yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
But I mean, it's gotten me work. I've applied for jobs, and people are so I've gotten hired
Yeah.
based
You're a
on
newfie.
where I'm from.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's pretty cool when
Yeah.
you can travel and someone can say that to you. Like, it's,
Yeah.
So
Did you have a
Yeah,
notion off the top?
you have one of the easiest personalities I've ever met. When Evan and I first started, the first time I went over to your house in Kitsilano, yeah, that's true, I know. We're both Taureens, by the way. I'm April 29th and he's April 28th. But the first time I went over to your house in Kits, I fell asleep on the couch like
Yeah.
a few hours
That's
in. I was
right.
like, I'm
I said
cozy
to
here.
Evan, I said, "What the hell's going on?"
Was she bored?
I was so grateful
Yeah.
that you were that comfortable.
Yeah,
It
I was
wonderful. It was
immediately.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
your place is great. Good vibes for sure.
Good, that's
Chill.
good.
You're
Thank
a chill
you.
dude.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So unless you had a notion off the top, I didn't want to steamroll you because I know I kind of jumped into it. Well, there's several things that is neat and fascinating about you. I've learned so much about like food and beverage and like how to create experiences for people that way, which has lended itself very nicely to my music career, being able to host people. So I got to give you public props for that.
Hey,
And
thanks.
his love life.
And my love life, pretty much. If I wasn't funny and couldn't cook, I don't know.
I don't know either. We don't have to know.
We don't have to know.
Yeah,
'cause
some things that's good.
I was equipped. But you're an interesting person in the way that you're very rebellious, but you did very well in school. And you've kind of just been casually floating the world and recently found yourself in a position to kind of follow what you've always wanted to do, I think.
Yes.
So this is a really neat...
This is my pursuit. This is right in the early stages of...
Yeah, so tell me how, like, you worked in food and beverage pretty much from a kid, and then...
From 18 till recently.
Yeah.
Very recently, so...
And you recently, over the past 5 years, I guess, started taking your music more seriously,
Yes.
like practicing it, like that type of behavior, because we are disciplined stoners, and we like to talk and we like to support the story that if you can develop a discipline no matter what stage of life or wherever you come from or whatever it is you do, like if you apply that discipline, then you'll start to see progress and you'll start to like see synergy and magic in your life. So like share a little bit about how you've practiced and started busking and this new thing that you have and this new energy you've created in your life.
I've always played music from the time I was 12, and my family is pretty musical as well. I mean, Newfies in general there's not many Newfies that can't sing and like to have. So I've always played. I got into the hotel industry right out of high school and spent 35 years in it. It's allowed me. I'm not your typical Newfie. A lot of Newfies either stay there or they go to maybe as far as Toronto, then they'll go back. It's very common that so I went all the way to Calgary. I said I'm not stopping in Toronto. So anyway, Calgary, and that's where you were born. We lived there for 2 years.
You gave yourself an ultimatum.
Yes,
Yeah.
I knew if I went just that far. You know what? I've been a free spirit my whole life, so it just is coming out more and more as I get older. So, which is great. And then we ended up in British Columbia. I was there for 30 years. Worked in the same industry, food and beverage industry, but I've always played. And then I started getting more into music. I think I think there has to be a calling or a moment or something to put you in that direction, and it's usually somehow from your environment. And so I just started going down that road, and the more I watched Ellevan, who's done an incredible thing. It's not easy, I know, to get up. I mean, I've had my own business as well. It's not easy to get up in the morning and go through the motions, and you as well, and stay up here and get through it, because there's times when, I mean, I've walked away for more than I've stuck through. So this, for me, this point, I'm 59.
Holy.
I'm 59. So the more challenges come to me now, the more I jump at it. Like today, it just was kind of on the spot. Come on. And I have the guitar here, and so, but I need it. You need that edge of not fear, but
I think
almost
it is a little bit of fear.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
I like
fear
it.
that you don't let in though. Like you just keep it, but you know it's there.
Totally.
It's an edge, right? And
That's why I
you've
started
acted
doing
a lot,
stand-up,
so
though.
right. So I
That's-
like, as much as I want to do stand-up, and maybe I will. I don't have the gumption to get up and do it.
And a few years ago when I first started, I stopped because it was literally making me sick. Like from the moment that I woke up, I would just be like shitting or like feeling so nauseous. Couldn't eat anything the entire day. And then I'd go up and do this. And then just not feel actually fulfilled afterwards either. Where this time I get nervous maybe about an hour before, but I crave that. I don't maybe cognitively be like, oh, this is how I want to feel, but the sensation in my body, because the triumph afterwards, when you're like, fuck, I just did that, like that all just dampens that any anxiety that you had in the first place. But you grew because you did something that you were
you have
uncertain
to do it. You've got
about.
to make the jump, and the more you make the jump, the easier it gets, because the more you start to trust yourself, because I can do this now, like no matter how big it is.
Okay, so when you started first busking?
So I played some music with bands and stuff in Newfoundland before I left. I left when I was 26, so I've never really taken it seriously. So when I came here, I started busking maybe 59, maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
Really? When?
Yeah.
Where?
Maybe it wasn't that long ago.
No, I don't think it was
wasn't.
that long ago.
I came here when I was 50, I remember, for the first time, and that's when I kind of started.
Oh, yeah. You probably, you were
changing
kind of
then.
just
I
like...
was driven to just do something different. I was
Yeah.
really unhappy.
That would
So
make sense.
you know what? Maybe it wasn't that long
I feel like it
ago.
was over the past like 4 years, maybe.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I've
because
played out, but not with the
Intent.
intent of making money.
yeah. So what was that
So that's
process
more
like?
accurate,
You
about
were
5 years ago.
You were one of the most
Yeah.
slow-burning people,
Yeah.
not only that I know, that walk this earth. You are one of the most slow-burning. So the fact,
Taurines,
the
baby.
fact that you actually fucking got out there and are actually making money
I
with
had
it.
to do it. I just had this overwhelming.
So what was that breaking point like? It was in Vancouver. It was after I did the touring
was in Vancouver,
busking,
that's
because
correct.
I remember we were talking about it
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
phone.
you're right.
So
Yeah,
you were out
yeah.
there, and you're going between different industries and jobs,
Yeah.
and it's not really clicking.
No.
And then I'm like, why don't you just do what you
Right.
want outside? And then you're there doing it. So what was that like? Tell me about that morning when you got up the first time you bust. Do you remember
Oh,
it?
fuck.
What
I don't
was
know
that
if
like?
I intended to do it that morning. I think it was
Ooh.
more of a.
Ooh.
I got up. I thought about doing it, but maybe I go through these things and I'm still doing it.
It takes so much time to get
so
this guy
it's
to do
like-
anything
Yeah.
for himself.
But I hear what
And-
you're saying.
Yeah, and then
And then you went out with your
recall
guitar.
the exact feeling. I took a guitar.
tricked
I
yourself.
bought an amplifier.
You had to
I
trick
recall
yourself.
buying an amplifier, a portable amplifier, a stand microphone. In doing that was kind of a big step for me. It was
The investment.
yeah.
The investment is key.
The investment is key.
And the whole and just the thought of I'm gonna now I have this, now I have to do it.
Yeah.
So that was the first step.
Yeah, 'cause you
and
can't
I
waste your
remember
money.
I'm sorry, it's some it's a bit of a cloud sometimes.
You
but
stoner
anyway,
too.
Well, yeah.
So yeah,
Short-term memory.
Yeah, it's
and
fine.
Doesn't
then, what it felt like. It felt I was really nervous. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
That's
What did you
how
probably
play?
much criticism. I went downtown Vancouver, I think by the train station on Granville Street.
On Granville.
there.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I remember. Yeah.
And then people started giving me money. and then I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. And people were very kind. Even the people that that we look down upon every day. I mean, they would come and give me, if they had 2 quarters, they'd give me and they would stand there. So I realized then it just wasn't about just playing music for myself. It was how powerful it is.
It was about sharing a gift.
Yeah,
And giving
yeah.
your gift.
So
and believing
I was
in
really
yourself.
nervous going there. I recall I walked there because I didn't drive at the time.
That was part of the reason why your memory is
And-
muddled about it, because
Yeah.
the nerves will.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. There's other things. I
No,
smoked
totally.
a few J's in my days.
For sure.
So maybe that's got something to do with
100%.
it. But overall, it's not bad. That's what I remember mostly about that experience, as opposed
So-
to the nervousness before, because I think I've just forgotten
Yeah.
about all that. So
You have, I think, one of the highest levels of humility of anyone that I've met. And that's should be obvious to me, but it's not, that you broke through your nerves with the humility of the situation. Because doing music for people, it seems like you're a big star, think a lot of yourself. It is one of the most grounded fucking things you can do,
It
is to
is. It
try to
is.
vulnerably entertain someone with
But
sound.
you're right. There's a lot of attachments it's a huge ego industry, and
At the ground level of standing and making sounds for
Yeah.
people's
Oh, yeah.
enjoyment,
That's a whole
it's one
other
of the most kindest
program of it. Yeah.
gifts
Yeah.
that I can think of.
Yeah.
That's it's such a nice gift.
And
It
it's
is, yeah.
universal.
You can feel it,
Yeah.
especially
It's-
the way you play.
especially now the times now. So then I started playing more in Vancouver, and
How frequently?
I would make maybe $50 in like an hour and a half kind of thing, probably a few days a week.
just easy.
And I was still working, but I had this thing now that was just that had grown, right?
Side hustle.
Yeah, it's you get something back from it. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
almost like a
And you have a
For sure.
relationship with tips.
it's been.
You have that. I
I've
mean,
been
essentially,
working in a gratuity income fields for probably 25 years.
that's what I was
so the
saying.
40
Tip
years
your
I've worked.
waiters, folks, because a waiter's tips bought this guy his first bike.
Dude,
you know?
though, yeah. Just
your waiters and
tip.
waitresses.
Just
Give
tip.
money.
And you're one of the best I've ever seen do it. You're really good at
Yeah.
leading a experience with food and beverage in the way that you have the perfect amount of information, introduction, and then fuck offness.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
Like, I've been in nice restaurants too, and sometimes a little too long. Sometimes people nail it too. It's great, but like a very fine line of that requires a lot of emotional intelligence and intuitiveness, and like that is such a skill that humans really respond to well. So it feels like, from where I'm hearing now, is kind of like you've found this energy in your new endeavor of doing music for people in public, because you're drawing in some amazing experiences, no?
Yeah.
So talk to us about, ever since you've been back to Toronto, what it's been like to busk in the city
incredible.
of Toronto.
Toronto is a great city, by the way. I
Yeah.
love it. The people are kind. It's driven by a really young, wonderful energy.
We love Toronto.
It's moving fast. It's beautiful. It's got
Yeah.
wonderful little communities. So I've been busking regularly since I've gotten here, and I've spent some time down at the beaches for a week, and I was making maybe $120, $150 in like a 3-hour, 4-hour
Beautiful.
play. And
So you just get to practice.
So
You're getting
that's
paid
it.
to
People are
practice.
very, very kind.
So
there.
tell us what you do. You set up
so
with your
I
guitar
set
where
up
on the
with my
boardwalk?
guitar. This was in Key Park, just almost on the sidewalk. And I have a Samson 100-watt portable speaker and microphone, stand, guitar, harmonica.
Yeah.
And I just play. But the music I play is kind of a middle of the road. Beatles, James Taylor, kind of Tom Petty.
Totally appropriate
Neil
for the
Young,
beaches.
Some Canadian. Yeah, right?
Yeah, totally.
So people, they love it. They sit, they hang out, they come and talk to me, and they give me money. Good money.
That's
so
what, like,
for now, that's what I've been doing.
Fuck yeah.
And this is where you find a marketplace
I'm
fit
really,
for yourself. Like, you're out there, and people are offering you for gigs, essentially.
I've booked 2 birthday parties, and I've got some stuff going on.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Really well done.
Yeah.
You're at the point now where artists have to learn how to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Fuck. So annoying.
Yeah.
Such an annoying. Wendy's going through that too.
Honestly, it's pretty sweet. Like, I know
just
that
new
there's gonna be,
disciplines?
there's gonna be like,
You know?
definitely a lot of growing pains, but
Like charging people.
I made it to the point of like, I guess, kind of rock bottom. Not that what I was doing was rock bottom, but emotionally I made it to a place where I needed to do it. So now I'm just
Mental
doing
health.
it. Yeah.
Life quality of life.
Yeah.
People make these shifts in perspective, and then they make the shifts in their lives, and it can be very scary and quite the mind-consuming, daunting task to refacilitate your business expectations, your limiting beliefs, and how you proceed with your day, and the expectation from how a job should facilitate itself. It's like you go from being an employee to an owner, and you're an owner of a shit business because it's yours and it's nothing yet. So you literally have to have an init version, like turn back at yourself, self-implosion, and then a proceeding based on whatever the market will offer. And like then you got to watch your self-value growing up from there. You're making that much now, so charge double that for a private party, and then if you do that for 6 months, add $100, and then you do that for 6 months, double it again. You know what I mean? Like find a fair marketplace fit and learn how to like put it on the market.
This is 1 second. This has been How to Become an Entrepreneur with Ellevan.
It's a quick excerpt.
Yeah.
Will you give us a quick excerpt
Of what?
of your delicious music?
Well, yeah, but hold on.
Yeah,
We're
sorry.
not finished. Yeah, I would be crazy to not take this opportunity to ask. So I've been living with Ellevan for 13 years now. So I know what he's like living through his 20s into his 30s now. I don't know and can't really imagine. I've tried imagining what it would be like to live with this creature from 0 to 18 especially in those teen years. Holy! But please tell me. First of all, I want to know: did you want him? Did you want a kid? Were you excited when you found out?
Yes, very much so. Actually,
Nice.
Evan's mom was pregnant when we left the East Coast.
Awesome.
So
You guys were like, "But let's go
Yeah.
fucking do this." That's awesome.
you don't want to know. Just some things that you just don't.
A magical adventure.
You know what? He was an incredibly good kid, slept well, right from baby time up. So we split when he was 2 years old.
Okay. Wow.
so-
Young.
Uh-huh.
So I know he went. Life for him was had its moments, but he
Yeah.
was a really happy, fun, high energy kid.
Did he do dishes?
Um,
Because he doesn't here.
no. I don't think so. Well,
never.
we split when he was 2, right? So
You saw him
we
for-
shared him
yeah.
half the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So when that's the situation, you tend to not do the regular chores. Like he would come stay with me. I think we did a week at a time for a while, or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So no, he was pretty conscious of it anyway, though. Like
Yeah.
he didn't do dishes, but I mean, he'd always be organized and kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
yeah, he was a real
Was
good
he-
kid. Once school started, it was interesting.
Yeah.
He
Was
learned-
he independent from like a
yeah,
young?
I think
young,
I think he's he's a smart guy in general. So I don't know if he was ever challenged in school. I don't think maybe a lot of kids don't get challenged like they should.
Yeah.
I mean, we learn about stuff that really has no meaning in our lives, like ever.
It's social. they're
And
socializing
so
us.
you have to let kids like create and let them go, and and I mean the first few years you just like let kids go till they're even 8, 9, 10. Like don't impose, because the first 6 years of your life, everything that you hear
Yeah.
is
You're
stuck.
forming.
You're stuck. It's stuck, right? But he was a good kid. We spent lots of time together. Did lots of sports.
Yeah.
And school was good. Elementary, it kind of started to get interesting. I remember a few teachers. You know what? He would be like maybe like he did well when he applied. He just wasn't interested. He never had the aptitude for. So
Rules.
So yeah, that's it, man.
Bullshit rules.
So I'd go in. Where's Evan? Oh, he's out in the office. I'm like,
Always
just
in-
move his fucking desk out there, man. And fucking just let him look at the screen or something. So, fuck. And
they
but
send
you know
to the
what?
office.
As much as he had a lot of, not a lot, yeah, a lot of moments with like within school.
I got in trouble a
gathering,
lot.
the teachers were never like, he's a bad kid
Yeah.
or this and that. It was always like, he's funny and he's this and that. He just, he's, and I know he just
Distracted.
wasn't challenged, right?
Yeah.
But dishes, no. Neatness, yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been neat.
Yeah.
I did.
You're a real
You're
good
neat
kid.
and clean.
I modeled
Yeah.
that from you. I always
He
loved
didn't
how
get the
organized you were.
I was,
clean
well, we were
part of
single
either
parent
you
for
or
a while.
I was
Lydia.
hurt.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's just,
Silent rebellion.
right? Yeah, but, yeah, and then, no, never any chores.
You're right, though. You
But-
nailed it with the. I did, I guess, benefit from the double household divorce parent situation because
Yeah, you didn't do without much, I don't think.
they didn't. Yeah, in those younger years, like in early childhood, like 5 to 10, they didn't enforce. Like that many rules. There's a couple rules at your house because it was a shared household with Sandra. So I had
Yeah.
3 older stepsisters
Yeah.
for like
8 years.
yeah.
From the time you were like 2 till 12, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
In
significant.
stoner math, that's 8
But
years.
it was a pretty. I mean, I was you look for that solid foundation. I mean, I was a single parent for a while as well, and
Yeah.
it's no matter what you're doing or whatever situation you're in, it's a it's a struggle just to I mean, to
Just to
have
figure it
to
out.
one parent and do it all, and
Oh my
just
God,
the
most respect for
just the
single
physicality,
parents.
right?
Yeah.
So I met this wonderful lady. She had 3 daughters, and it turned out they were really nice, right? I loved them dearly.
It was
actually.
good.
Yeah. It was good.
It was more structure than I was used to,
Right,
just because
yeah.
he was doing it with 1. Sandra, this lady, was doing it with
That's right.
3. There was no corners to be cut. She
Right.
was like
Yeah.
square, and it was like respect, and she had a good job, and it was just like
Yeah.
respect.
She
and
was she was pretty solid, right?
she's
a
Italian
good-
too, and
yeah.
all these girls were Italian, so
Yeah.
this also like gave me an insight into the
Yeah,
you know
she cooked good food.
she was
yeah.
and
No,
my
it's good.
sisters, I've always kind of looked up to them. I just looked up to them, so I always and you're very passive chill. So between my mom being an insane powerhouse person of like just like frantic energy, and then having 3 older stepsisters, and then a stepmom, Sandra, who I was a little bit afraid of at the time,
Right.
it totally gave me this idea of feminine energy is the dominance, where a lot of people get like the big domineering, aggressive, sometimes abusive father, and then women are
Oh,
the
Mama
passive
Bear?
ones.
Correct.
You don't
Yeah.
fuck with Mama Bear.
No.
Right.
Well, yeah, this is the reality I've manifested in my life, but I've heard the opposite from people I've met across the world and stuff, you know?
I actually just had a realization this morning that I was like,
No, but strong
I
women.
fed
like
Ralph a little late, and I was like, fuck, like if we ever have a kid, like I can't feed my kid late. Like,
Oh, right.
Yes,
There's
yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
feeding time.
They'll
and then
let
I
you
was
know.
like, I remembered that when
They'll
we
let you
first
know.
had Ralph, I was way more attentive to him as a baby.
Yeah, he's
than
fine now.
He is now, like a couple hours
And you're not
late or
scared you're
something.
going to kill it now.
Yeah.
What's that like having a kid? At first, it's a baby, and you're like, oh my God, I love this so much, and it's small, and I got to keep it safe. And then it starts to get old enough to put food in its own mouth, and you're like, interesting. What's that like?
This is so tasty, by the way.
Isn't that nice? Cheers to you guys. We got the
cheers.
Simply
Yeah,
Bear
cheers,
Organic.
man. Thank you.
The BC Organic
Beautiful.
ones.
Love
Cheers.
it.
Blessing.
Cheers.
Second little
Cheers.
smoke sesh in the
And the
in
perfect size, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I was there when you were born. You were blue. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
Ooh.
purplish blue, like babies. Or anyway,
I came out holding
and
my
you
breath.
came out. You were really healthy. Your mom really looked after herself when you were through your.
I
Wait,
hear
why
that.
is
Stages.
that
I like
normal?
that.
Is he
Thank you.
supposed to be blue?
Yeah, babies are kind of
They're all just
blue.
fucking.
They're not turned on yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just blue. Maybe he's gonna turn blue again, like later in your when you get older. You're like, Winnie, I'm turning blue.
I'd still love you.
Thank you.
It'd be weird though.
Yeah.
He'd be blue all the time, but that's okay. You can cheer him up.
We just say like, hey, I'm part of the Blue Man Group. I'm the founder of it.
You could start another Blue Man group.
Yeah, called the
There you
Real
go.
Blue
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Or
As
you could
opposed to
paint
the-
your body any color you want.
Oh.
Or you could paint different colors.
We could paint
You
it
can
back
let
to
us
skin
spray
color.
paint you.
Okay, this is gonna be a great art project.
The next program will be about spray painting Evan.
See now, if it ever truly does happen, we've blueprinted it. We don't have to worry.
Blue printed. I see how you did there.
Do you know
You're trying to
blue
blue
is the
me, man?
second color after pure light? Pure light's pure, then red, then blue. Or blue and red. No, they're red. Blue, then red.
Yeah.
Because it's low. Yeah, lower.
Yeah.
It's like it's closest to
Closer
the
to-
pure
yeah.
color.
That makes sense to
So
me.
if you
Cool.
were blue, you'd be pretty cool. That'd be cool.
I'd be
You
one
could say
step
that.
closer to pure light, because I am a light beam. I am a
Sure.
type of a light beam. I am a
We
light
all
beam.
have beams
Come
connected.
get beside
man.
me. I live
Okay,
like on
now
a
we're
screen.
going down the silly road, so
Okay.
all serious questions must cease. Right? Having a baby is a
You're silly.
beautiful experience. It is really.
Awesome.
You have to see it. I say about life in general, and I do preach it. You have to go through anything before you can really talk about it or know it. So, to have and my this past relationship, one of us had a kid before one of us didn't. Maybe that had something to do with it. I have no idea. It's just wanted to share it. But,
That is a very interesting,
yeah,
unique
it is.
perspective,
It's
because
an
I've
interesting-
found this.
Yeah.
I've found the fact that, yeah, there's a certain depth to the heart that opens when you have a kid. That's like when you don't have a kid. I don't want to say
you can't experience if you haven't
Yeah, you
experienced
can't
it.
experience it.
You can't really.
It's a new
honestly comment. Yeah, it's a deep thing.
it's like
Yeah, and it's not like bad. You know, I just want to throw it out there. Not bad. Like I don't think that. I think
of
we're
course not.
here.
It's-
Just like some people can't can't have kids, right? So some
Right.
people
Yeah.
want to feel that love, and then they're
Right.
like, oh fuck, I'm never gonna
Yeah.
feel
No,
this love
I think
because or whatever.
That's so true. Yes.
But I that's true. I'm sorry to say that.
But
to
I
agree
think
with the hard
also,
truth.
I also think though that like we're all here to experience different perspectives.
Yeah.
And that's just a different thing to have a thing that
That's so true.
that you
Yeah.
made. Like we make more human beings.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty trippy.
I think
Yeah.
also it exists in like an emotional expression. You know,
Absolutely.
I think that it does if you like really like choose to care about someone else's kid and open your heart like that, or if you like if you choose. I don't know. All I know
I don't
there's
know. We've
there's
never done it,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
it's a very interesting conversation there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But-
I think you have to feel it too, because it's a feel thing, right? You can't make somebody feel something, right? It's so I think that's it. You have to go through the motions.
Yeah, I think all experience creates feeling.
Yeah.
You know, so like whatever we've experienced in our life, we've perceived it a certain way, and it's imprinted itself
That's true.
on
True
us
that.
in a way that comes out in a feeling. So if you've never done it, like I think that people who skydive, you know, have a different view of the planet than I ever could unless I tried it. You know what I mean? Like, or a different view of life, even people who do high risk activities
Right.
that like, I don't know what that feels like because I've never done it.
True that.
So,
Yeah.
so we're all here living different
And we're here
perspectives.
for our own purpose.
But I
right?
agree that, yeah.
One
like-
of many returns, I believe, for us.
Yeah.
And till you learn to a point where you know, your consciousness is so high that you can't learn much more in this dimension. So
Yeah. Then
I
you're
think
either
then-
coming back for fun.
Yeah, you're
or-
coming back to help people at that point, or you don't come back at all. Maybe
Yeah.
you. But anyway,
Yo, so this is cool. This is actually the stuff you were just saying is a good segue. You've gotten very esoteric and mindful over the past couple years, along with a lot of folks who have felt the rays of vibration on the earth, the density's lightening. You're making more empowering choices. There's so much kind of shedding that's going on, and I think it's due to this awareness unlocking. And you had an experience when you stayed with us in 2015, I
it was
think.
9 years ago.
2015, I think it was, because we just moved into that place in 2014, and I think it was the following year. Might have been 2014.
It's about 9. Anyway, yeah, I did.
Yeah. And you had come back from a trip in Newfoundland where you seen your sisters, and you were with your ex-partner, and you were very low vibrationally. And mentally you had unfortunately slipped into like a pattern that was just essentially negative thinking. And I kind of gently called you out on it as we were hanging in the hot tub. Leisure activities make for a good, honest conversation starter.
True that.
And you took it as an opportunity to face yourself internally. And Winnie gave you a book, right?
Eckhart Tolle.
Eckhart Tolle.
Power of Now.
Power of Now. So
That changed my life too.
boom. And I've given the book that's changed my life too, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. And so these are the keys. So you kind of found a key. And then, so what has that been like since then? Like, imagine the person you were then finding that little glimmer of hope in this new avenue, and now you're well versed in Greg Braden. You're all up in this
Oh,
whole
love Greg
esoteric
Braden.
elements. Like you've fallen in rabbit holes as deep as I have, to where I think the Queen's a lizard, XYZ. Like, not quite, but I'm saying, like, I do believe some conspiracy theories. So it's like you've gone all over the map of being very in the program. Like, you honestly talk about how I was in school now from a higher perspective, but during the time you were the only enforcement that was like, you got to do your homework. Like, my mom was way loose, and like because you were a straight A student. So you followed a certain amount of rules in the system, and didn't pan out, and then later you got to a place where you were re-facilitating, re-observing. I just think that a lot of people are going through this right now, so I think if you share what that was like to unpack and find this new mindful center focus, like how has that been since that book changed your life?
I was always conscious most of my life until
Stoner.
maybe my 30, 35, 40. I started to, I mean, I recall it now because I look back to think, and I don't look back often, but I'm thinking,
Okay.
I mean, they say don't think of the past, but you have to. I mean, it's,
No, you should
it's
reflect.
a measurement, right? It's a, and yeah,
So
and
you're aware.
something happened. I don't know what. A relationship, one relationship after another, because relationships are extremely powerful. You're always trying. Yeah. So I think I
Taurines are
just
also
started going.
relationship
Yes,
people.
we like to please. We're pleasers.
Yeah.
You follow.
We're like,
and
Show me you love me.
Yeah. No. I mean,
I'll
we're
do
leaders. I
anything.
think we lead, but at the same time, it's important to us to have the harmony, to have the.
yeah, totally.
So we go well out. I'll put myself out before I'll kind of put someone else out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this went on for probably 10 years, and I just woke up. You have to be ready. There has to be some kind of calling, or something happens. Like
Yeah.
it's common. Something happens. You either hit rock bottom or you have some kind of experience. So I don't know what it was. Something, I was just ready.
Yeah.
And then his conversation, and so yeah, I was really low. I mean, I've always played sports, love ice hockey. I've always played music.
Were you doing
But
that in those times?
Stopped doing the things that really gave me
Why?
basic pleasure,
Oh.
because I didn't feel like it. It was a depressed state.
There was, yeah.
I hit a
you just
bottom line
started going
depression
downhill.
for probably a month or two.
You said at 35 this started
I
happening?
think
40?
no, a bit later. I think I was like 40, early 40s, 43, 44.
Just weathered.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
life.
you're just like,
beats
oh,
you down
fuck.
a bit, It
Yeah.
it happens, right? Like
It absolutely
I don't
does.
really
Yeah,
know
it does.
why. It happens either you come through it or you don't. That's why you become stronger, and then you're ready for the new consciousness, or you don't, and you're there,
Take
right?
off.
So
You gotta keep doing
it's just
that
a
until you learn the
reality
lesson.
of people wake up, some people don't wake up. So and I came and that went on for quite a few years. I went to actually and got some. Never pictured myself, kind of always felt strong and not vulnerable, and actually ended up going to the doctor because I felt so low.
Wow.
And I got some happy pills for a while.
Nice.
And I didn't take them for long because I don't know. It's my body was just saying. I think for me, like it was a slow progression.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here. I was just the chat, and then just one thing after another. I'm like, I can't live like this. Like it was.
You started physically manifesting things.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
your physical body was like, fuck you.
True.
That's
Yeah,
literally
that's
what just
true.
happened
I
with my
gained a
bike
lot of
accident.
weight, and
yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Your body was like, no,
Yeah.
listen to me, no.
And that's why I say, Winnie, the universe threw you down off your bike. It's like the one thing I can't protect you from. Like
Right.
it's like it will
Also,
communicate
my
with
safe
you.
place. Like my bike is my safe place.
And it was good, you were in a helmet.
Yeah.
But no, so you did take the pharmaceutical pills. You got
so
off them.
for a while, yeah. I've always been
Was cannabis-
against that. Like
Exactly.
cannabis, I've been smoking cannabis daily pretty well for 40 years.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Like I can function perfectly on it.
yeah, you've
You know,
worked
I've
your
had-
whole life on
Yeah,
weed.
I've had some jobs where I've had to be extremely responsible, and I'll get up in the morning, I smoke a J, and I go off to have a good coffee first, but
Of course.
and then so even that was maybe I was overdoing it. I don't know. I was drinking a fair bit, so it all kind of chips away at you. I don't really know why. I think it's just,
Do you think
And
you
it
developed
does-
a drinking habit working in food and beverage?
absolutely.
That's what I think too.
Definitely.
Yeah. I see a
that
lot of people.
destroys people, not just booze, but
Yeah.
hard drugs become a part of it too.
Yeah.
Because you work crazy hours, you make crazy money.
And cash up
And
front.
like
Drug
I
dealers
work
love
late
that shit.
night, even bartending and stuff like that. You make hundreds of dollars every day.
Yeah.
You go out and you blow it because the next day you're going
I remember
Yeah.
that shit. It's so addict-like.
I have it in Toronto. Like, I have it on pretty good, like, authority that, like, hard drugs are still alive and
For
well
sure,
in food and beverage.
absolutely.
Like,
And it's like, dude, you can't afford that yet.
What's happening now, though,
Cocaine
I've
and
observed, is that things are getting more cut down. So it's not the pure product that it used to be. And that's true of everything. Food, everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
But,
I mean, I follow a lot of world's
Yeah.
goings on. And
Drinking.
the stuff going on in the world, most people wouldn't even believe it.
Do you think there's a connection between depression and drinking habits?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah,
too.
for sure there is. Yeah,
And
yeah.
how has cannabis been a part of your journey in alleviating some of those cravings? Has it? Or what do you think cannabis
I think
best
so.
serves
I like
you?
the feeling it gives me. It's
Yeah.
still kind of, it's a very similar feeling.
What's
always.
the top level value out of cannabis that you receive for your personal day?
It actually helps me focus. If
Yes.
that makes any sense.
It fucking
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
It so
Yeah.
does.
yeah,
Me too.
yeah. It does. It puts
Yeah,
me in
me
a
too.
comfortable. And I'm normally comfortable. I walk into a room. I don't energy's really
You're a very
affected
casual
me
guy.
since I've been. But at the finish, what I was saying
Sorry.
is that at 50 I came here. I was driven to come here by a force much bigger than myself, and then I just started feeling good. Like, this for me has always been a feel good place. I've come here, you've done concerts, I've looked after Ralphie. I've come every year pretty well for the last 5.
When I
except
was
for
on
once.
tour, you were looked
Yeah,
after the
so
place.
it's always been good for me. But I've always been on vacation here, right? And still the same. Like, you can look at it the same. You get up every morning. Life is that. It's
yeah.
be grateful, man. Like, I do the morning thing. I take time to set myself up for the day, and you have to. You
Yeah.
owe it to yourself. We don't give ourselves enough love or credit. Like, we need to spend time
Talk about that.
working on who you are. Like, and there's, shit comes at you all the time. Is how you react to it. Just, like, don't jump. Sit back, look at it. Breathe, take it easy. So that's the way I've been living lately. But the Eckhart Tolle book, I stay with some friends out of town, just to go back to the story quickly. And I would get a train here 3 or 4 days a week, come visit you guys. I stayed in Newcastle. So in all that train time, I started reading the Eckhart Tolle book. And the more I got to it, and then I got the other book, and
Yeah.
so that's the one that kicked me. It
Yeah.
made me realize that and I mean, sometimes you live fast. I've been doing contractual work recently before I came here, so you got to jump, you got to work hard for 6 months, and then you take a few months off, kind of thing. So, but you need balance every day in your life. You need to, and I've come to realize and everything in your head is the thoughts that you put there. Like, they're just is not real. Most of the stuff you think of is just absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're influenced by people around you always, and we forget that. You walk into a room, there's 10 people and 7 are negative. That energy is stronger, so it's gonna.
But you can
try to
change
seep in. You just keep yourself solid all the time, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing.
Do you ever try to
change
affect
by
it?
working on it every single day.
Oh,
you
in
read every
yourself.
day. You meditate. I haven't been doing as much as I normally do, but it's so important. It's so important. just
Did you
to-
meditate today?
Yes.
Good.
It's so important to clear your mind.
How long?
In the morning. 15, 20 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, we do 15 now,
Yeah.
non-negotiable.
Steady on the 15. You gotta
a
do
10,
15.
you fucking cheat yourself. 10 bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've honestly, in my meditations, I've been still exploring silent meditation, so I'm not guided. And it literally takes me like probably 14 minutes and 30 seconds to get like up in my bubble where
Same.
Guided, you mean
I
you-
understand
Oh, okay.
like the perspective that I want to live in, and then I'm there for 30 seconds, and then my timer goes off, and then I continue. But as long as you get there,
Yeah.
as long as you connect with it,
There.
But it takes me that long right now.
That's
So
there.
it's just like non-negotiable.
Yeah.
15 for sure. Yeah.
But you connect. so that's important, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's the best.
just clear
I savor
clear your
that.
mind.
And
right?
and by guided meditation, she means just use this. Just do a little bit right now. Like give them
Oh,
a snippet, because we do
sure.
guided meditations on the Disciplined Stoners channel here on Spotify, so you can tune in for one of these.
Find a comfortable seated position. Back upright, spine long. Relax your shoulders. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Begin to let your body settle into stillness. The next few moments, scan the body. Notice any areas that feel a little tight or tender. Take a moment with those areas. Let them relax. Moving deeper and deeper inward, letting go of your external world. Just to spend a little time right here, right now, with you.
And make sure to go check those out. Thank you, Winnie. Well done.
Winnie, that was awesome.
That's so beautiful. And your boy's producing the music.
Too, right? The voice is like right there.
I
the
know.
tone
So
is
you
developed
wonderful.
your meditation
I
voice.
did, yeah.
Winnie was a yoga teacher for
Yes.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
And I went through a very gently close your eyes. I went through a very melodic stage, so I'm happy to be where I'm at right now. I enjoy it.
So
Close those eyes.
for folks in Toronto especially who are fucking with your vibe, like what's next for you? What are you looking to do? What are you trying to do? You're doing your music here, right?
I'm gonna keep continuing the music.
Do you do private parties?
Yes.
Do you do patios and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Holler at him. We'll put his link in the description.
I've got some new videos coming up too, so
Oh, good.
so I'll post those.
Nice.
On, Instagram.
Yeah, we got to get some angles on you.
Yes.
Sometimes
You could help.
You shouldn't meet. Yes, I guess I guess I will then.
There we go. You heard it. He's
Okay.
helping me.
So there we
You
go.
said it. So yeah.
Do you
it's
want to
been-
give us a little taste?
Sure.
Come on, play a little something
Yeah.
for us.
Okay.
Grab your guitar.
Okay.
While he's doing that, if you are going to O Cannabis, guess who will also be there? Your favorite disciplined stoner.
That's right. I'm speaking. You're speaking.
Yeah.
We're emceeing.
Yep.
So O Cannabis.
Next week.
This coming week.
Yeah.
June 1st, right?
Yeah.
And to 3rd.
Yeah.
And we're going to be chilling. We'll be around there. We might even bring our gear, do some sort of mobile pop-up. We'll see. We'll see how much time allows.
Yeah. And we'll definitely come see you.
Yeah. Anyway, and also subscribe, please, and share this with a friend, and comment, because it really helps with the algorithm. Winnie, what do you want to hear?
Whatever you want to play.
I heard some music being played today. I heard a song, the words were wrong. It didn't matter to me anyway. Some people really don't care what they say. I looked up at the sky today, and it's so big, far away. Too many things inside my head. I wish that I could be up there instead. No one is meant to be living here in a concrete sea. Everyone, including me, wishes he could be set free. I looked into the ocean blue. It's so big, quiet too. Too many people everywhere. I wish that I was down there.
heard some music being played today. I heard a song, the words were wrong. It didn't matter to me anyway. Some people really don't care what they say. No one is meant to be living here in a concrete sea. Everyone, including me, wishes he could be set free. No one is meant to be living here in a concrete sea.
Hey!
That was
I
so
play more
good.
uppity, rockety songs too, but that
Love
just
that.
came to me.
That's beautiful.
Thank
Did
you
you
for
write that?
having No.
Who is that?
That was written in like 1972 by Mac Davis, I think, or
That was
Don't quote me
gorgeous.
on
What
that,
a,
but
what
yeah.
a gorgeous song.
That's
oh my
such a
God.
nice-
it was written
Yeah.
differently. It was played like this. I heard some music
Oh,
being
I like
played
that too.
today. I heard a song, the words were wrong. It didn't matter to me anyway. Some people really don't care what they say. No one is meant to be living here in a concrete sea. So
That's
right.
cool.
Yeah. I tend to slow songs down just because
Yeah.
I don't know. get
I like
into
to do
it
that
more.
too with like R&B. I like slow it down. That was beautiful,
My pleasure.
man.
Thank you.
Well
so
done.
gorgeous.
My pleasure.
So if you want to book this guy, hit him up with the Instagram link in the description.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you,
sizzling.
man.
Fuck
Appreciate
yeah.
And you're stoner friendly, so you'll do stoner parties too.
Yeah. No problem.
that. Absolutely.
Cool.
Whatever you like. Kids parties, birthday parties. I'm in.
Kids
do it.
stoner birthday parties. I would let my kid have a stoner birthday party.
Stoner themed, fine.
Yeah, but they can't
As
smoke.
long as the kids are smoking in the car. I don't want any kids on sativa. I can go crazy.
That's very, very funny.
Yeah.
Do you have
Okay.
a funny fact? Do you have a good fact?
No, I don't.
No fact today?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fought us on no fact. Okay.
I sometimes do, I guess. Oh God.
That was a really nice song. That's in
That
my
was
head.
beautiful. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Are you gonna do the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a segment called Do the Dow. And it's where I ding the bowl and we ask for divine guidance through someone choosing a number as to what passage of the Tao to read. And today we'll let Joe call the number. So say a number between 1 and 100.
Six.
Ooh. Okay.
It's a short one. Simple.
That's me.
The Tao is called the Great Mother. Empty, yet inexhaustible. It gives birth to infinite worlds. It is always present within you. You can use it any way you want.
Beautiful.
That's
Oof.
gorgeous.
I just got a connection there.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that's the feeling.
Wow.
You can
That's the
use it
feeling.
any way you want. That's what I've been
That's
saying
what
to you.
I'm
Have I
doing.
been saying? Do what
Thank
you
you.
want.
Thank you.
Do what you want.
Yeah,
Do what
and
you
Do
want.
what you want.
And I want
Do what you want.
exactly. Do what you want. And thank you for that. You've been a real driving force. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The Tao is called the Great Mother, empty yet inexhaustible. It gives birth to infinite worlds. It is always present within you. you can use it any way you want.
Power.
You
We
have the power of what creates everything, infinite worlds. The thing that created infinite worlds is inside of us, and we can use it any way we want.
The whole universe is inside of us.
The
All
whole
of it.
universe is
We're
inside of us. The whole universe is inside of us. The whole
Universe is inside. Play us out, Joe. Oh,
universe inside of us all.
The whole universe is inside of me. It hurts real bad. Take it out the whole year.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, you were put on the spot.
Universe. This is the way that I started freestyling when I was a kid. Now I do that shit with even better guitarists than him. But listen to that shit, how crispy is Hilda? Joe, will you bless us with another feeling? You gonna give us one more song, play us out?
Sure.
Love you guys.
Love you guys, enjoy.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming
My
on.
pleasure.
Started out down a dirty road. Started out, I was all alone. The sun went down, so I crossed the hill, and the town lit up. Stood still, learning to fly. I ain't got wings, coming down. It's the hardest thing. That's it, man. That's awesome. Good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. I'm learning to fly. I ain't got wings. That's it. Thank you. Coming down. Hardest thing. It's good, thank you. Now some say life get you down and break your heart and steal your crown. So I started out from God knows where. I guess I know get there. I'm learning to fly. I ain't got wings. Coming down. It's the hardest thing. I'm learning to fly. Over the ocean. Over the city. learning to fly. Learning to fly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was dope.
Good stuff.
Disciplined stoners.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug and mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit.
Hey, Win!
Oh my. Yes.
We got a new thing.
Oh, right. We need to tell you about our new thing.
Support the show now on Patreon and get a bunch of private perks.